Hi, I plan to talk tonight to talk about detoxification and toxicity. So a lot of us think of detoxing as, coming off of alcohol or detoxing from something. Detoxing from sugar is not as easy as you think, but it is possible and it's manageable. So some of the things that I'm going to discuss are not just toxicity, but also sensitivities and intolerances. And so there are degrees of these things that many of us deal with, and the symptoms come in different ways. And your degree of toxicity may be at a level that's different than mine. Mine might be a little bit higher because of my age, or it just might be that now I've made a change in some of my foods that have made a difference in what I can tolerate. So some of the things that I really wanted to think about with everyone is the holidays are right around the corner, and the air is getting a little bit colder, and everybody has that sense of wanting to bake. They want to make all these wonderful foods that make us warm inside. So after I'm done with my talk, and I do hope that you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, because if you'd like to hear more about some of these subjects, I can bring out some of these wonderful recipes that are from some people that are really powerful people in either functional medicine, integrative medicine, or nutrition science. But mine, I love all the warm flavors around autumn and all the leaves falling and all the different colors. So bringing color into your diet is always wonderful. So let's talk about toxicity. Anything can be toxic once it reaches a certain level in your bloodstream. And if you keep on experiencing symptoms, your levels are going up and up and up and up. This can be related to blood sugar. This can be related to calcium levels. This can be related to anything that you ingest on a regular basis. And sometimes it's those foods that you're really attracted to. And it's those go-to foods that you just rely on every day for that. You feel that makes you satisfied, but it may be that it's getting you sick and that it's making you toxic. So your tolerance for some foods, it might be because maybe you love corn products, and those corn products are making you sick, because if you go and look on the shelves, there are so many foods that contain corn. There are so many foods that contain soy. So gravitating towards the foods that you rely on every day, and that other toxic substance is sugar. And once you start with a sugar addiction, sometimes you don't even realize that this is occurring, and you're just so attached to certain foods because they mean something to you. And it might be that it's from your past. So some of these foods, flours, white flours and things like that, we love to bake. Everybody loves to bake. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That was something that I loved to do during the fall. And it became a part of our family. My mother loved to bake. So we're going to go back to the toxicity. White foods can become extremely toxic in our bodies. We can only tolerate, the word tolerance, tolerate, and intolerance, that all matches up to getting to a level where your body's going to want to detoxify that substance. Now let's talk about ways we detoxify naturally. So number one and number two, going to the bathroom. If you're having these bathroom emergencies and you're having these gut-wrenching problems, it could be because maybe the dairy issues, because there is lactose in dairy. There's also calcium in dairy. So some of these things just keep going up, 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 and then they have to spill somehow. So you might have intestinal cramping, you might have you might get sweats, you might get all kinds of, because sweating is a form of detoxification. Breathing is a form of detoxification from your lungs. You're breathing out things that you don't need. So sometimes that mask issue is questionable, especially when you know that you're going to be, that mask is going to be on for long periods of time. You're not able to really detoxify what's in your lungs and in your body. You might hear the words respiratory acidosis. You might hear the words metabolic acidosis. Metabolic, there's a pH problem in the body. Something's building up. Something's breaking down too quickly. So these are processes that are related to the metabolic process in the body and are reflective of inflammation, sometimes related to your thyroid. So let's go back to tolerances and intolerances and then talk about sensitivities. When your body gets to these high levels, you start becoming more sensitive to different foods, different products. You start just developing, maybe there's rashes, so these are ways the body tells you something is at a level that is really more than what you need. So you're getting to these points where your body's going to either flush it out somehow, number one, your urine, number two, your bowel, or sometimes you're throwing up, or you get nauseated, you're just like, something's not right. Why do I feel so sick all the time? Something's just not right. So there are some things related that I'm not going to talk about tonight about the pancreas. But with this talk on toxicity, we just want to recognize that too much of one type of food, anything that goes into your body that is related to a impact in your bloodstream and it does impact your pancreas, because that's my whole story. My story is about pancreatitis, and that's who I am, and my word about how we can overcome some of these gastrointestinal issues related to pancreatic fatigue. So when your blood sugar is bopping all over the place and you're impacting your insulin levels, you're putting a lot of sugar in your bloodstream by drinking a lot of sugar products and then there's a cycle that occurs. And the marketers know this. They love it. And they're trying to attract you to eat those sweet and salty foods. Those sweet and salty foods affect the pancreas and the kidneys. So there's a level of the body and also the liver, because the liver plays a part of that. It's one of your detoxing organs, the biggest detoxing organ. And it's got 8 lobes, believe it or not. You don't want to beat the heck out of your liver and your pancreas and your kidneys. That's all about diabetes. So let's go back to the tolerances and intolerances. You might say, I can't eat this. I can't eat these nuts. I can't eat these greens because they're running right through me. Something else is going on. Your body is not able to tolerate some of the things you're putting in your system. Now, if you're in pancreatic fatigue, you need to talk to your doctor about getting on something that will help you digest your food until your cells can re-up and regenerate to help break down those foods. Because the pancreas does have two functions. It's got digestive juices and the insulin. But as far as food goes, too much of one thing, too much of anything, just like I loved corn chips, and I loved corn chips in that quesadilla, whatever the cheese was, but I also loved those cheesy snacks, and then I would drink Diet Coke, and I was doing all kinds of things to my body, and the body would get all mixed up trying to figure out, well, what is this food? It's not really, there's too much of this type of food, and some of it doesn't even recognize. And then it just starts, all these sensitivity, these alerts start going off in your body, triggering you to either go to the bathroom or to throw up or to get sick, or, sometimes you're crying because you don't know what's wrong, or you're just sad about something. And this can lead to depression and anxiety, because once these things start flipping all over your body, you're just out of control almost. And your body not recognizing what you're doing. Eating on a regular schedule helps. Rotating the types of food that you're going to eat really helps. And staying away from those processed foods is the best thing you can do. So getting really creative with cooking from a lot of the produce section, and finding the best products that are less toxic for your system. You're not going to find those like in the chip aisle. You're not going to find those in the mac and cheese aisle. Some of those things in the candy aisle, these things are coming up, you know it. You're walking through the store and it's like, how do I avoid that section? Now, there's a lot of different diet plans, and I don't really want to, focus on diets. You want to focus on feeling well and for things to be working well digestively. Because if you get all stopped up, or you're having the runs all the time, you really don't have a productive life. You're running around everything in the bathroom. You're living either in the kitchen, in the bathroom, or in bed. You don't want to be that way. You want to be able to enjoy life. No matter what organs are missing, there is a way to get things to work, to maybe, focus on getting the detoxification connected the way it needs to be, so that when you eliminate, you're eliminating in the proper way. Because if undigested food is just going through you, you're not absorbing anything. I'm going to leave you with this. Please subscribe to this channel, and I hope that you'll learn something here today about detoxification, and know that forced detoxification with a lot of sugar is not the way to go. You can put all the greens you want in that sugar, but if you're detoxing because you're forcing your body, you're going to have more problems down the road. So, you want a natural, safe detox with just introducing the good foods into your body, good fats into your body, things that are easily digested. I don't have a gallbladder, so I know that some of these fats can be really triggering for spasms. So there's magnesium that you can add into your diet, and you have to look at what these foods contain. So that is your job to find out more, and hopefully I can help you with that. My name is Diane Greco-Allen. I am a pancreatitis and burnout strategist, but I'm also a digestion enhancement coach. I wish you a really, really good night, and I hope that you'll take some of the information that I shared with you and just empower yourself with understanding how important what you put into your mouth affects your stomach and your whole digestive process. And then it also affects your brain. Have a great day.